climate change does really pose a major threat to public health. We've directly seen the devastating effects of flooding and wildfires in Colorado, and really growing natural disasters are harming communities across the country. Look at Texas and much of the South this last week. Increasingly, frequent natural disasters they're harming air quality, water quality, and really public safety in communities around the country. As HHS Secretary, how would you respond to the growing health impacts of climate change, and how would you go about addressing the fact that these public health impacts disproportionately harm communities of color and other vulnerable communities?
I could spend far more time than we have, Senator, to talk about some of those things, but let me just mention a couple. Uh, just last year, places like San Francisco, Sacramento, very urbanized areas, lost sight of the sun when we saw these wildfires raging outside of our areas, but the smoke reaching our densely populated urban areas. We have to do something much more. And we have to do it for those communities that are hit first and worst. That's why at the California Department of Justice, I established the Environmental Justice Bureau, because too often decisions that are made today won't be seen until later having an effect on our communities. And those that are hit first and worst will be those disadvantaged communities. And so our Environmental Justice Bureau works with our local leaders to make sure that as we think about development, we think about the future and what the impact will be. But there is no doubt, in the breadbasket of the world, the Central Valley of California, 1 in every 4 children has asthma. That should not be. And we have to tackle this now, because if we don't, it won't just be 1 in 4 children who has asthma. It'll be far worse. And so I look forward to working with you and your colleagues to make sure we can truly address the health effects of climate change.